Hey folks, MK Silver Sax here with some DCS World. Hey TGM, how's it going? Just talking to you the other night. How are things? It's been a while since I've done a live stream, but I figured, hey, you know what? It's time to do one. And tonight we're going to do that with DCS World. In fact, right now I'm actually in the Harrier. I'm currently in a map called, well, the map is the Caucasus, which is the default map that you get. I have some of the other ones as well, but the scenario is Caucasus free flight. And this allows you to pick many different aircraft and kind of fly around. It's kind of open world sandbox, and you can call in opposition or different missions and stuff, but tonight we're just going to kind of fly around in the Harrier a bit, maybe do a little bit of ground, targeting, bombing, and maybe also pick some other aircraft, maybe load up a different scenario. So for right now, we're gonna use a clean aircraft, which means no ordnance attached to the bottom, but we are going to have fuel and some countermeasures. And then we're going to go with the VMA 214, and I'd like my tail number to be 027.
Request refueling. Request rearming.
Okay.
Copy.
Hopefully everybody's doing well this evening. Now, while that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and request that they connect me to the ship.
Chief, turn on the ground power.
Get that ground power going.
Copy.
And flip the battery on. Okay, it looks like the stream is going pretty well. Sorry, I had to bring up my phone and make sure that it was properly streaming, because on occasion OBS will just cut out and then I'll be talking to myself and not actually streaming. So, of course, I'm wearing track IR this evening, so as my head moves, so will the view. Go ahead and put this to a total, even though we're not carrying any external tanks. And get the APU started while we're waiting for the ground power to be plugged into. Now, we technically don't need to be plugged into the carrier, but it'll actually allow us to align our inertial navigation system a lot quicker, because there's like a data link through the cable, and we'll be able to get all of that information sent to us, so that instead of like 7 minutes, it'll take just like a minute and a half to
Refueling complete.
get everything properly aligned. By the way, those of you who are flight sim fans, if you're looking at picking up the Harrier mod, highly recommend it. If you have a HOTAS system, it's also a good idea to possibly use one of your throttles, or I'm actually using the
Rearming complete.
the throttle friction lever.
Ground power is now on.
As the nozzle lever for the vector thrust. So, okay. So let's go ahead and turn on some of our displays here. And our comms systems. Now, they've been kind of adjusting quite a bit when it comes to the game over the last few months. So there are some things that even within the last 2 months, as I have been playing quite a bit often, that they've changed and I've had to relearn. So I'm curious to see if there have been some changes made within the last week or so. All right, go ahead and place this on, and I need to take a look at the frequency for this. So let's take a look at the briefing screen and see. I believe the name is the Tawara. I don't know if I'm saying that right. You guys let me know. It says it's 277 AM. So let's, the last time it worked as 127.5. So let's try 277. But we might have to switch over to 127.5. So 277 0, enter, and let's go ahead and call them. That would be the COM1 ATC request startup.
027 request startup.
They probably are not going to get back to us, so I'll probably have to switch frequencies. In fact, let's try 127. All right, let's see if that works.
027 request startup. Request startup.
Aha, so it was. All right, and then on channel 2, I'm actually going to put the AWACS. So that is 25. Hold on. Clear. 251. In fact, I think I could just type in 251 and not have to worry about the decimals, because it's a pretty, the upfront console here is it's actually pretty intuitive. So let's go ahead and see if we can make contact and see if we are on the correct channel. So we're going to contact the AWACS. Magic, I believe, and let's just go ahead and request picture.
Magic 1-1, Colt 2-1, request picture. Colt 2-1, Magic
Good.
1-1,
Okay.
Clean.
We're good to go. All right. So then the next thing we're going to do is turn the left MFCD to EHSD, or go to data, own aircraft, and get this bird aligned. So we're going to the C alignment, and you'll notice that the timer is started. The jet has to have the parking brake set, but otherwise we're good. So I'll wait until a little bit later to arm the ejection seat, because it's kind of protocol to wait until right before you take off, usually, from what I understand. Let's go ahead and put our fuel system on. Let's close the canopy and get things started. All right, fuel pump is on, left and right on.
Generator.
Anti-collision lights always on.
Flat failure.
That's going through a
Caution. Generator.
bit test right now. Okay. All right, engine start. Looks like we have a couple more viewers joining us this evening. Feel free to say hi in the live chat. All right, looks like we are at 9.2. And let's bump the throttle up. All right, looks like our friend Gilbrrrt might be joining us, so I'm going to go ahead and have him come in. All right, things are still aligning to go ahead and bring up the engine page. JPT. And there's Gilbrrrt. How's it going, Gilbrrrt?
Going good.
All right. Gilbrrrt just got the Harrier, not but a few days ago. So right now I'm on board the Tawara. So if you wanted to get a Harrier going.
Well, I'm just in a good setup. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Okay. Put oxygen on. Hey, Stastani, how's it going? Long time no chat. Alright. I'm tired of this handle, so we're going to go ahead and arm the ejection seat. And maybe do a few more things. Just kind of some housekeeping, switches, all that good stuff. Looks like our quality is almost there. I believe the quality is 7 when it's finished. No, 2.7 something. I can't remember. 0.7. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. So once that's finished, they recommend, instead of putting it directly into nav mode, they recommend you switch it over to IFA, which is in-flight alignment.
Caution.
I don't know why, but I guess it just continues to update the INS for the system. So now that we have completely aligned, I'm going to go ahead and call ground crew and get rid of
Chief, turn off the ground power.
the ground power and the data cable.
Copy.
Do a couple more things. Let's bring our yaw over from test
Ground power
on.
is now off.
And bring our flaps into the on position. And now we can toggle our flaps from cruise to auto to short takeoff and landing. Yeah, and the funny thing, Stastani, is I haven't really stopped playing. I just, it's just been a while since I've actually streamed. Let's see, map. We're going to actually take away the map. And go back. And take away data. There we go. Alright, so right now the waypoints are kind of a moot point, so we're not going to worry about that. TACAN, though, we are going to. So I believe the TACAN was 75 X-ray, but I'm going to check that in the briefing one more time. So Tawara is, yep, 75 X-ray, and the ICLS is channel 6. So we're just going to worry about the TACAN. TACAN 75, and it's already on X-ray, and we're going to enter and hit on. So now we've got our TACAN beacon set, and in our HUD you could actually see our nozzle degrees. So we're gonna normally on startup you keep it around 10 degrees, so the heat from the vector wash is not going to damage any part of the plane. Apparently, I mean, I don't know if it actually is going to make a difference or not in a simulator like this, but it may. Who knows? There are random failures and stress damages. All right. So we're going to see how that works. Let's see, we've got our 500 pounds of water in the tank. And I guess I should have done the bit test. We'll wait a couple seconds to see if Gilbrrrt's back. You back yet, man?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. I'm just going to do a short takeoff here in a second and land, but we're going to kind of, if you needed to, we could run through a little bit of that startup procedure again. It's always me double checking to make sure everything is proper. Okay. By the way, you folks out there, please let us know how the live stream is sounding and looking. It's been a while since I've done this, and I do have it up on my phone, but sometimes it's difficult to see what the quality is like, especially if I have the sound off. So, let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and put the toe brakes on and
Caution, caution.
get the parking brake off. And what else? Flap set to short takeoff.
Yeah, I got your stream open in the background. It looks fine.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, and I have to make sure that I have these two levers or switches on my HOTAS control that will toggle the takeoff and landing. Oh, you know what? Wheel chocks. Did I forget to? Oh man, that's going to be annoying because there's a bug right now in the game where you don't take the wheel chocks off or have them remove the wheel chocks before you turn on the engine. They refuse to take the wheel chocks off. Oh man, let's see. Ground crew. I just hope that they
Chief, remove the wheel chocks.
please remove them.
Unable to comply.
Dang it! Okay. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna keep the generator on, and unfortunately, we're gonna have to stop the engine. Hopefully, everything.
Caution, caution.
Oh man, I don't know. Did it save it? Boy, that's annoying. Everybody's waiting for me to
Chief,
fly.
remove the wheel chocks.
Caution,
I'm waiting for me to fly.
Copy. Wheel chocks are now removed.
All right, the wheel chocks are now removed. So guess what I get to do now? Start the jet back up.
Caution, caution.
Yeah. Woo.
Caution.
Yeah, at least you can start up with me though. How you doing?
Yeah. Are you? You are there. Okay. Don't forget to have requests for them to take the wheel chocks off. All right.
That would be quite beneficial. Oh my! You are very loud. Holy crap!
Yeah, that happens.
Remove canopy close.
Your canopy wasn't closed already?
No, it was. Now it's nice and locked, sealed tight.
Make sure your parking brake is set. I saw your jet kind of move forward and back a little bit. You're not going to be able to get an INS alignment if that's not set. And also, it'd be awful if you just kind of wheelied yourself off into the
Should be
sea.
set.
All right.
It should be fine.
Excellent.
That is, if everything goes according to plan.
Nothing will ever go according to plan. That is life, my friend.
Yes. Yes, it is. Hmm. I'm just gonna go ahead and put some armaments on board.
Okay. By the way, just know with the heavier it is, the less of a probability that you'll be able to do a true vertical takeoff. You're going to have to do a rolling takeoff off the edge of the deck and hope that there's enough wind beneath your wings to keep you out of the drink. I'm just running a clean plane right now, but I'll probably get some armament a little later. All right.
The Fs, right, for ATGMs? Or AGMs?
They do have the Mavericks for this, but yeah, you'll probably want like a targeting pod, like the I believe they have the Lightning. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just do a quick takeoff, and I'll swing back around and land, and then see if you're ready by then. All right, nose wheel steering is on. And now take the parking brake off. Okay. right. Go ahead and bring the water to takeoff mode. We're going to bring our nozzles down to 82 degrees. And flaps are down at 61. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take off. Fire on. Okay, taking off.
Okay. Hey, what does the visor do?
What do you mean, the visor?
There's for your NVG toggle. There's a visor and NVG.
Altitude, altitude,
That's a good question.
altitude, 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 altitude,
Stop the sun rays.
altitude, 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 altitude.
Yeah, I get it. Altitude, altitude. Thank you. All right.
Thanks.
All right, on nav mode, and we are up and flying. I'm gonna go ahead and put flaps to auto, and let's trim this out a bit. Now, of course, as with some and mostly all modules with DCS, everything's still a work in progress. So as certain things in the base game get changed and upgraded, little bugs and things happen. So of course, like things like communications, or the way certain panels work, or the way you have to slew or target, sometimes the process of that changes over time. About a month ago, I think I pretty much had everything down with this, and then they went ahead and updated the game. Now, honestly, for the better, but I had to go back to the drawing board and relearn some of the techniques, because the pattern of being able to lock onto a ground target and lasing it, and then dropping your ordnance on it, ended up being a completely different process. So I'm going to come back around and go ahead and call ATC.
I'm all rearmed.
Marshall 027. Marking Mops 16841. Angels 1.5. State 7.3.
Landing gear.
Oh, I like the Jefferson stores.
027. Mother's weather is visibility 10 bus mile. Clear. Altimeter is 2993.
Landing gear,
Case 1
landing
recovery expected.
gear.
BRC 315. Report see me at 10.
027. See you at 10. State 7.2.
027. Tower,
Altitude,
Roger.
altitude.
BRC 315. Signal
I
is
see you down there.
Altitude,
Hey, yeah.
027.
altitude, altitude.
I'm just keeping everything pretty low speed, because I am going to hop around and land back on deck. Now, of course, the Tawara, or it's a very small carrier compared to your, like, Nimitz class nuclear ones, like what you see down there. I think that's the either that's the Roosevelt or the George Washington, and then you have the Stennis
Caution,
over there. All right.
caution, caution.
10. Nice. Trying to figure out when I use the targeting pod, the zoom would be, how the lock it.
Actually, it's kind of it's a very annoying process. I'm not going to lie. It was an easy process until the update. So this is going to be something that I would highly recommend going about it with doing some sort of like tutorial, you're going to need to do that, honestly. We just had oh geez, I'm not even going to say that, but thank you very much for subscribing or following on Twitch. I do appreciate it. Oh, that's funny. Love the name. Love the name. No, why did I do that? No! Oh man, I cannot believe I just did that. In the drink.
Oh. What happened to you?
I don't know. I clicked away from my screen for a second.
It's like my Harrier might be bugged.
It's all you, McGee. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I'm gonna go ahead and select roll again, and we'll try that one more time.
I'm pretty sure my my Harrier is broken. Maybe not.
Quite possibly.
Oh. Nope. Maybe I just left that page.
I guess not. As your Harrier gets really loud. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that they remove the wheel chocks first and foremost.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks.
Why is the audio on this thing just so loud?
I think it's just because it is.
You know, I don't hear afterburners being as loud as this thing.
Request refueling.
That's true.
You know, the last time I tried entering in a COM button, it crashed my DCS.
Really?
Yeah, it's like it bugged out. But then again, I was like kind of flicking buttons around, so. It could have been me.
Okay, now.
Chief, place the wheel chocks.
Now I can't contact ground crew. They're not getting back to me.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I just turned on my battery, and I'm not sure if you already turned on your battery.
No, I haven't yet, but maybe I'll do that and see if that works.
Because I turned on some power and they contacted me.
Okay, I'll see if that works.
Altitude
remove the
not
wheel
okay.
chocks.
That's what my INS just said.
Copy.
Ah, there we go. We're getting back to me
Wheel
now.
chocks are now removed.
Oh, you just rocked back and forth.
Yeah, even though my my parking brake was set, that was interesting.
I think it's just how they take off the stuff.
Yeah, somebody was saying though that it is a bug that they should be able to take off the wheel chocks after you get everything started, but I don't know.
Request refueling. Request
Copy.
rearming.
All right.
Copy.
RWR is on.
Now the question is, do I really want to take the time to redo this, or should I just do a quick startup?
What's the frequency for
Tower is AWACS. Tower is 127.5. And let me know when you're ready.
God dang it, dude. I'm fumbling. Holy crap.
127.5. AWACS is 251 as per usual.
Boom.
There you go.
It is in.
I'm not even going to bother asking for permission to start up.
Yeah, let's get some action.
Yes, McGee, I do have Track IR, and it really makes a difference in how you play these flight sim games. In fact, I just thinking back to the times when I didn't have it, it made it so much more difficult to do anything, really.
Two, ready to roll.
All right. You can go ahead and head out if you want. I'll catch up at some point.
Sure. This will be my first time taking off with this thing, so we'll see if I hit the drink or not.
Heck.
Oh yeah, and it's the first time using motor pedals with this thing.
Refueling complete.
Oh yeah. By the way, did you go ahead and map the?
Yeah, I got my toe brake set up and my pedals.
Yeah.
And I have my nozzles bound to an axis.
Good. I was about to say, since you have a HOTAS system, you could do one of your throttles as the throttle and the other one as the whatchamacallit, the nozzles.
Toe brakes are so nice.
They are. And do you have it set to
Complete.
the right and left channels?
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of a necessary thing. All right, so what am I reading down here? INET. Okay, so it's just aligning. That is all.
Hey, where's the FLIR like warm up?
It is right behind the stick. So you have the INS, and then above the INS thing is the FLIR, and then I also like to put on the DMT and the probe heat as well.
Okay. T-pod.
Yeah, we're just going to kind of go with an abbreviated startup here. See if they actually
027. Request
respond to
startup.
us.
027. Cleared for startup.
Oh, first time.
I should be in VTOL mode.
Yeah, and another thing, McGee, is I guess if you it works out pretty well with helicopters. If you get the Huey, you could have one of your throttles as the throttle and the other one as the collector. In fact, I just got the Huey not too long ago. I'd say about a week and a half ago, and I tried it out a little bit, but I haven't spent much time on it. I plan to eventually.
Here we go.
Ah, okay. So I noticed it's about 130, 140 knots that you start really getting the lift from the wings, so you can start putting the nozzles back a little bit farther. All right. Let me go ahead and go down.
Caution.
And I'm rocking.
Caution.
Nice.
Caution.
Chief, turn off the ground power.
And even though I like having a map there, it just is weird, so I always like to turn the map off of my HSD screen. I don't know, it's just one of those things. Back in 75 X-ray. And on. And it looks like we're done with our bit test. So let's go to the menu, go to engine, reset our JPT, and that's about it. There's not really much I have to do here. So we can even leave the engine screen up. And since we have the wheel chocks removed, let's go ahead and
Caution.
take away the parking brake and get things going. Yeah, the that holiday/Christmas sale that they had, that was pretty nice. I ended up getting a couple modules just to kind of round out my collection. So now I have the my original one was the A10C, and then since then I've purchased the A10C2, the upgrade to it, and then I have the 18, the 16, the 14, the Flaming Cliffs, which I don't know. I mean, I'm not sad that I purchased the Flaming Cliff stuff, but I definitely am not thrilled about the aircraft in that game. Let me take back what I said there. I'm not thrilled about the fact that the aircraft in that game are not as like a premium feel.
Yeah, one issue I've been having with my rudder pedals is with the A10 and the Hornet. My toe brakes seem to be like, instead of tapping on it, it'll break.
Yeah.
It's always braking.
Oh, what you need to do is you need to invert your axis, and I noticed that with a lot of, with actually a couple modules, believe it or not. The toe brakes on rudder pedals on some of the modules have the axis is reversed, so it's like you're always pushing them, and then when you press them, it's like releasing them.
Yup.
So yeah, that's what you have to do. So you have to go into the screen. You have to click on what is it, axis controls, and then click on the axis you want, and then do axis tune or tune axis. And then when you're in that screen, click on invert axis, and then you should be set. You should be good to go. Yeah.
These things go fast when you want them to, don't they?
They do. I was about to ask where you were, and then I looked at my 5 o'clock, and there you were screaming past me. Very nice. Believe it or not, that's probably one of the first times I've crashed in, boy, long time. I would say at least a couple months. It was a personal defeat, ladies and gentlemen. But now you have proof. It's happened live. So yeah, McGee, so that was with the Harrier. I think I also had that with the F-14 and the F-16. I want to say that I had that the toe brake inverted axis issue with almost most of the mods that I've used. So and I'm even on a different rudder setup, I believe, than Gilbrrrt. So what rudder pedals did you end up getting?
They're Logitech Pro Flight.
Yes, the Logi ones. Okay. Yeah, and I've got the Thrustmaster Pendular ones. So the big old honkin', you don't really need to secure them down to the floor, because it's like a 40-pound unit. It stays pretty much where it's at. Where did you go? You just took off, man.
I even just been looking inside my cockpit, looking at the fact that never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Now this is one of those missions where we can call in the like ground targets or BVR targets. Obviously, I have nothing on my plane right now, including guns, because on the Harrier, folks, that's a pod that you actually have to attach. There's actually no internal cannon system on this, so if you don't load it, it's actually a completely clean plane. All right.
Do you even see me anymore?
No, I don't, but that's okay. I kind of wish there was a head-mounted display on this that gave us directions. So yes, McGee, that they are those more expensive ones. Now, I didn't pay even close to $600 for them at the time. Believe it or not, I invested in my my whole flight sim setup more or less towards the beginning of 2020 until like around when the pandemic started, because I'm like, you know what, I'm probably going to be home a little bit more, and this might be nice to finally, you know, purchase into something that, you know, I'm going to be able to use and enjoy. So I want to say that it was like $450 or something I got them for. So if you look around, you could actually, I don't know if you could still find them for cheaper, but I definitely did not pay $600 for these. But there were some places that were trying to sell them for $600 for sure. And then of course, I have the Warthog HOTAS system, and I have that on an aluminum bracket that is connected to either side of my my computer chair. So I've got one aluminum bracket arm that comes out from underneath on the right side, and I have my flight stick on that. So my flight stick is suspended right, you know, next to my right thigh, and then the same thing with the throttle system off the left side of the chair. So sitting down in the chair and having the rudder pedals in front kind of really make it feel like you're sitting in a cockpit.
It does.
But knowing how small some of these cockpits are, I'm pretty sure that my chair is fairly spacious. I'm just thinking, like, if I were to personally try to sit in a cockpit of one of these jets, I would most likely be very claustrophobic, and there's a good chance I might not even fit. Let me just put it that way. I'd be like, oh, he's wedged in. Get the Vaseline. All right, we're gonna try that landing again.
No! No! No!
What are you doing?
Oh, I recovered. Holy crap. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. 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 Oh god.
Marshal,
VTOL is not working well.
Oh man. Oh, are you trying to land? Oh my gosh, that's... There's a pole there, sir. No, that's it.
Abort inbound, resuming
It's
mission.
okay. We're good.
Expected
We're
DRC
good.
315.
I think we're in one piece. We're in one piece. Oh.
Well, that's recorded for the world to see.
Yep.
Because I had to check that out, by the way. It just needed to happen.
Marshal 027.
Oh, boy.
Parking mops 147.
First time.
Angels 2.
I get
Stage
first time
6.8.
excuses.
Landing gear.
Yeah.
Landing gear.
Oh, it's...
027.
Landing
Rudder's rudder is
gear.
visibility
Landing
10.
gear.
It was worse than landing the
Clear.
Huey.
Altimeter is
I'm surprised I didn't crash and burn.
293. Case 1 recovery. Expected DRC 315. Report see me at 10.
Practice is required.
Yeah, it is a... It's not the easiest thing to get used to. Especially if you get distracted. It's one of those jets where it's like, yeah, I really need to just
Tower 027.
pay attention to what the heck I'm doing.
Stage 6.7. 027. Tower, roger. BRC 31 knots. Signal is Charlie.
Alright, so
027.
flaps down, gear is down. Okay, and I've got the water pump set to landing. And we're gonna go ahead and put this in VSTOL mode.
plane out of fuel, plane is crashed, life isn't.
As we all pay our respects to Gilbrrrt. All right.
I need gas. Give me gas. 14% fuel I took off. What?
Oh yeah, but well, you probably would have taken off with 30% if you didn't put the slider all the way up, because for some odd reason in this scenario, the Harriers automatically only start with 30% fuel, which is really not much.
I have no idea if the Harrier is in one piece or not. I'm not getting any master cautions.
You might want to take the precaution to perhaps have it repaired anyway, because there could no way that could have been good. I mean, you.
Nah, it's completely fine.
Yeah, it's just normal. Like, even though there's a runway, I just decided to VTOL right next to the hangars in the taxiway and narrowly miss a large light pole. I was about to go lamp, but I'm sure you already saw it.
I was staring at it the entire time, trying not to fall.
Like a moth to the flame.
I'm currently trying to find where counter the measures are, so I could use them. Do I have to arm them somewhere?
No, I think it's just a button that you press and that's it. It's like a stick button. I don't think you have to necessarily arm countermeasures.
Okay, that's
It
good.
could be wrong.
Probably have to be in like a master mode. Gear the ground or something.
Alright, here we go. Landing.
Let's see if it's better than mine or if he's gonna land in the sink.
That was nice and soft.
Butter.
Yeah. But again, I was distracted.
I have one thing to say. And I had a very, very wonky landing. At least I didn't fall into the water.
Thank you. So yes, the flare salvo is above the master arm switch, but when you hit that, I think it dumps all of your flares at once. My flare and my chaff dispense is actually on the thumb button for my joystick. It's the one thumb button that has the forward, aft, left, right, and down. I think I have forward as flare and aft for chaff. That's kind of I kind of do that as kind of like a rhyming, so I remember forward flare, aft chaff. Makes sense to me, at least. So if it makes sense to you, feel free to use that. All right.
I got something bound, kind of like that.
We're gonna go to ground crew and ask them for a refuel, rearm. So let's see, what do we have? We're gonna go with the gun pod, the lightning pod,
And in the air again.
2 GBU-12s there. Bombs, where do you go? 2 GBU-12s there, and I usually like some rockets, so we'll go with the Lao 3 19 FFAR Mark 1 high explosive. Do that. That looks good.
Request refueling.
Now when I do this, the plane's going to become heavy enough that I'm not going to be able to do a vertical takeoff. So we're going to do what's called a short takeoff. So we're going to get the plane rolling, and you know, just kind of floop off the front edge of the deck there. By the way, that is a technical term, floop.
So, I think I might have found an issue with the Harrier.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Well, all you have to do is look at my plane. I can already assume what it is, but all you have to do is look at the plane and you'll find out.
Front gear is stuck down and the back gear is up, so which means you damage the front gear.
Yes.
Or you damage the rear gear and you're supposed to be down, up? I don't know.
Gear's up right now.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, you might want to get that fixed.
Rearming complete.
So, McGee was saying, I bought a PC in September, which is set up for gaming, and spent too much on it, so I'm not able to buy many games or sims. Yeah. Out of curiosity, what'd you end up getting? Did you get something pre-built? Did you build your own? Or feel free to share the specs. Always interested to hear about things like that.
Caution.
Because he
Caution.
wants to brag about his PC compared to everyone else's.
Caution. Caution.
Nah, I just like to. No, mine is actually aged, to be honest. In fact, I wouldn't doubt within like a year or so I might need to start replacing a couple of components, because there are just some times when it's getting a little choppy with things. You know, right now my frame's 46, which is okay. Not complaining about it, but it would be there's a flyby. Sure, you should be going that fast when your nose gear is still out.
Yeah, it'll sort itself out.
Oh yeah, it usually does.
It'll
If not, a little salt water helps. All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and let's keep nozzles to zero degrees just for a couple seconds, and there we go. Turn off nose wheel steering.
It's always my favorite thing to do, like over-G the aircraft and rip your wings off by complete accident.
Oh yes. Well, of course.
That's always fun. I love it. Good entertainment.
Check gear. Check gear. Altitude. 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 Altitude.
This thing's very fun.
It is. Okay. Make sure gear was up. And let's go ahead and take a look at the tracking pod.
Rudder pedals make flying so much easier.
Yep.
I mean, weird to get used to at first.
Oh, definitely.
Or,
But as you really get used to it, it's just like track IR. After a while, you're going like, how did I ever do this without it? Now you had the twist axis on your joystick, right?
Yeah.
Did you unbind that just to make sure you didn't have a duplicate?
Yeah, and I did that first thing because it would cancel out my rudder entirely. So it swapped between the two.
Yeah, I also noticed that there are some times when like it tries to do some other keyboard or other command. Like for example, at one point on one of the planes, it was trying to use my rudder pedals as like the flying axis. I'm like, what in the world is going on here?
I don't know why it binds that. I had to unbind like it all from the west and
Oh yeah, I know.
control. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring an easy air to ground. Hey TGM, how's it going? TGM is asking where's the meat. Well, we're gonna get that going here. So easy air to ground spawn. Hey, how's it going down there? I just saw you in my side mirror. Please don't hit me.
Check out my little wheel. Can I give you like a nice little rub?
Yeah, no, but I can go underneath and do an aircraft inspection.
Yes. Maybe give it a little surgical implant on my
I don't.
nose. A surgical removal.
Well, you probably don't want me to remove the nose gear because then landing would be a little bit more difficult.
That's why the nose is structured to be durable.
I don't know. We got a PC shop to build it. i9 10 core water cooled, nice. 64 gigs of RAM. Holy cow! 2 1 terabyte Samsung Evo Pro SSDs. Wow. 10 terabyte Iron Wolf hybrid drive. Sweet. We're gonna have all the room for all the games. Water cooled RTX 2080 Ti. Yeah. Corsair Obsidian 1000 Delta case. Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, my water setup is primarily just from using
Careful.
what? Where are you? Oh yeah. I have like all-in-one coolers. So when I built my PC back in 2017, I got the 1800X. So the first iteration of Ryzen. So I got that, and I have the Corsair H110i. All right, so these guys are to the left. Got a snowplow mode, and then see if I can do area tracking mode from there. Alright. And we're gonna go, there we go. White hot. And point track mode. Alright, so it looks like we have a bunch of enemy Humvees out there. Perhaps they were captured. We're gonna drop a few happy messages on them, and by happy messages I mean GBU-12s. Oh, absolutely. Love to see it. Hey, target. Okay, I believe the tracking pod code on this one was 1111. Go around and see if that. Go ahead and pop the master arm. We're on air-to-ground mode. And everything else should be pretty good, so... Let's see if it retained the point track on that target once we make our round.
That was pretty thick clinching.
Are you talking about the...
That was scary.
What was? Are you still around me?
No,
Oh, okay.
I just had an event.
An event. Oh, okay. I think I understand what you're talking about. Okay, now for some odd reason...
So, Teapot is up and running.
Yeah, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. The standard code 1111 usually works, but I'm gonna try the 1688 just to see if that works. Now I think go above here for a second. I think if I switched to 1688, it would actually capture the Predator drone lays. So the default 1111, for the most part, it has worked for me. And then when you want to capture like the Predator, oh, that's a good question. How do you change it? You go over to stores. Stores? Am I thinking about the right one? Oh, my bad. No, not that. You got a FLIR. No. Somewhere it said code. I think it's HSD code. Here we go. Code. So 1111. I'm gonna see if that 1111 works. Point tracking. No, come on. Honestly, I feel like when it comes to so you go to code on the HSD and then you type it in. So now I'm actually getting a pipper here for an automatic drop, but man, that is... Bring it back to snowplow mode. All right, I gotta adjust how I'm sitting here. Flying away from the target. Alright. Let's see if this works now.
I'm just gonna go land and repair.
Alright, sounds good.
Because I need to bind some controls if I'm actually gonna do some stuff with you.
Well, yeah, that's... yeah. There we go. All right, now it looks like it is set to go. There are so many steps to get to the next, like the next targeting phase, and I feel like it's a lot more complicated than what the original Harrier version was. So.
What did they change?
It used to be that that you could basically make the when you had the targeting pod up, it was essentially soy, and then as you slewed your targeting, if you went to over a target, it would automatically engage a point track, and then if you were in air to ground mode, and then you had the master arm on and had like laser guided bombs selected, it was pretty much like you did that and it set it up. Now it's like you have to make sure that the HSD is in designated target. You have to make sure that the you switch between your area track, point track, manual track mode on here, your MTC mode, and there's like a couple other things you have to do, and then not only that, but the whole like whatever MFCD is soy is a really it's not even MFCD. It's like choosing what's soy between your onboard FLIR system and then the tracking pod FLIR, and if you press the wrong button, it does the wrong thing. Like it uses another it uses the other sensor, and that's kind of annoying. All right, so this should work now. So let's take a look. We're 60 seconds out from drop. We're gonna keep fairly level, and the drop line indicator kind of in the middle. By the way, folks, feel free to let me know how the stream is looking and sounding. I want to make sure that the quality is not degrading at all. This displeases me.
Right, I've arrived. Pretty smooth, buttery land.
All right, 35 seconds out.
I love me some butter.
Out of the bread. "26 seconds out.
That's some sensitive nose wheel steering.
Yeah, then that nose wheel steering button is off to the left next to your flaps. That's how you turn it on and off. Six, 5, 4. We go ahead and hold the pickle button. 2, 1. 1 away. Go ahead and fire that laser. I believe that was a hit.
It's successful.
Now, granted, GBU-12, is that overkill for a Humvee? Who knows? I mean, if it's a... You definitely have to have everything destroyed about it. Maybe not, but I would say rockets would probably suffice in that case. But if it were like a tank or armored transport or something else, you know, GBU-12 might be the perfect thing for that.
There is an override button for your landing gear.
Oh yeah, are you talking about emergency landing gear, where you have to like turn the handle?
Yes.
By the way, folks, if you're visiting me on one of the platforms, feel free to check me out on the other. McGee goes, if it's an enemy, anything will do. That's some mighty fine thinking there. Alright, so was one. You know, we'll give you guys the lovely cinematic camera of one of these hitting, so in about 40 seconds you'll be able to enjoy the impact.
Nice pasty night. Okay, what I just said made no sense.
What?
Never mind. Just don't worry about it. I was gonna say something. Enjoy a nice pasty. Maybe something like that. Something around pacing stuff.
Don't know what that means, but okay. We'll go with it.
Yes. You were forced to go with it, so I'll take you hostage.
What?
Take you hostage.
The ramblings and mumblings of a person out of their mind. Thank you. Alright, here we go. One out. Let's go ahead and fire that laser. And get that cinematic camera going. Oh, capture the signal. There we go. Oh, he in trouble. Oh, right on it. Oh, hope he had insurance on that. So that's probably one of the only reasons why I don't like to use the outside view. Besides, you know, it just doesn't feel as simulator-like to me. Is that you just don't know what you're doing when you're still flying. So you still have control of your aircraft, but you don't have the view of what's happening in your aircraft. So we'll go around and drop a couple more aid packages on these people, and then we'll go in with some rockets, go in with some guns, and who knows, maybe we'll call it a night after that. As I was about to say earlier, if you guys are joining me on one of my stream channels, either Twitch, YouTube, Steam, or Facebook, feel free to check me out on one of the others. So youtube.com/MKSilversax. We have twitch.tv/MKSilversax. And even though this isn't streaming on my MK Silversax page on Facebook, I am streaming it on my personal page, and will put this up on the MK Silversax page. In order for me to restream over to the MK Silversax page on Facebook, I actually have to pay for an upgraded subscription to Restream.io. So I might eventually do that if I get back into streaming some more. So but either way, feel free to check me out on those platforms. Follow me there. Sub, whatever. Alright, let's see. We've got another one out in the field.
Get some Huey action.
Ah, flying in the Huey, huh?
It's the only.
Now the question is, do you have AI gunners?
I can put them on, but I can't load anything while on the fire pump to land at.
Gotcha.
But I probably won't bring gunners just because I'd rather keep the miniguns and rockets weight to a minimum.
Yeah. But McGee, if you're pretty much set up and you're looking for some people to play with, hit me up. We can get you in. We'll have a little chat in Discord and see if you like to get in for some gaming and or live streaming, and we'll go from there.
Okay, relax, Huey.
Huey doesn't relax.
I know you like starting up and
Huey's a
shaking
honey
up.
badger. All right. Boom. There it goes. All right. Cutting my throttle back just a little bit. Let's zoom that camera out just a wee bit. And oh, boom, fireworks.
Fireworks are my favorite.
We had to joke around that on New Year's Eve there were people lighting off fireworks like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. It's like happy 4 to 5 hours before it really happens. Understand it's fun, but it's like little premature there, guys. Unless you're celebrating it in a different time zone, or I should say, for a different time zone.
I didn't know you had multiple time zones in one state.
No, I'm just talking about like if like you're in the States and you're like celebrating it in like, you know, a European time zone, like GMT time or something. Wake your neighbors up. Oh, I'm celebrating New Year's in India. You're like, what the heck? Actually, that would probably be like more like noon. I think it would be more like New Zealand, where it would be like early in the morning. Yeah, UK time zone. Greenwich Mean Time or whatever, GMT. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but yeah, UTC 0 time or. It's kind of like the saying, it's 5 o'clock somewhere in the world, you know, just to justify your drinking. It's like, well, it's New Year's somewhere in the world. Yes.
Yes, I could
Just make sure it's.
power.
Just make sure it's out in the garage, or I mean, not make sure it's outside of the house, like somebody like celebrating inside. Here in my garage, got fireworks. I light one firework a day.
Oh, I got a story to tell you. While at the farm, for New Year's, I lit a firework. The firework went flying and landed inside of our trash can and caused a fire. So, you know, that was a fun little firefighting adventure.
Was I mean, overall, that was probably just a representation of 2020, a dumpster fire. You just made your own version of it.
Precise.
It's called interpretive art. You just light your trash on fire and be like, I call this 2020.
Trash bin is now 2020.
Boom. Okay, there we go. Fire the laser. I'm firing my laser. Alright. Let's see.
Co-pilot is staring at me with deadly intent.
He's plotting. All right. Let's go ahead and move this over to the high explosive rockets. Oh no. Sorry, I had it. As I smashed my face into the upfront controller of the Harrier. No, that was just me adjusting the... My cell phone fell over. I'm actually using that as a monitor to make sure that my stream is... everything's working on it, because I could be in the middle of playing a game and the streaming software will cut out and I'll just be, you know, sitting here playing and people will be like, where'd he go? It's happened a couple times. There are a few times where it's happened and it's like, you know, good 10-20 minutes have elapsed and somebody's like, hey, I don't see you, where'd you go? Like, I'm still here. I promise. You know, any software just, you know, gets buggy, so it'll just quit without rhyme or reason, or even like a little warning sign. It won't say like, oh, you know, whatever program has crashed. It just ceases to exist, and I'll be like, wow, I'm getting good frame rates because I'm not uploading anything right now. That's why. Actually, it's not that bad, but that's why it's so unnoticeable. All right, here we go. Let's see if we get some rocket volley.
Yeah, don't hit me. I'd appreciate that.
Well, where are you? Hope you're not hit.
But you should be fine for... Honestly, by the time I get there, everything's probably gonna be dead.
No, there's plenty of... I mean, if I was in an A-10, yeah, everything would be dead. But that is not the case. But now we do have to get a little bit down and dirty with these Humvees. Got to be careful though, because they can definitely that 50 cal can definitely bring your jet down. Or if you're in a Huey, it'll get you good, man.
I'm expecting to probably not make it back to base. As anytime I
Man on a
try
mission.
something, that's not AAA. AAA seems to miss all the time. But 50 cal and BTRs, you no longer exist at that point.
That one rocket was hit pretty close. That should have hurt him pretty bad. Did it not? It didn't. Holy cow, he's still alive. What's going on here? Come on. Die already. I don't know. He probably is gone now, but it's hard to see. I have one rocket left. One. It's not gonna do anything. Maybe if it's a direct hit on something, it might, but let's see, is this guy still up? Of course he's still up. Alright, that's it. Guns. Honestly, I think with a softer target like that, guns are probably your best bet. In fact, the cannon on the Harrier is, I mean, it's not too far removed from the GAU 8 from the A10. I mean, the GAU 8's, you know, 30 millimeter. The Harrier has like I want to say like 25 millimeter cannon on it. I mean, it's still pretty punchy. You could, it's kind of its own like little mini tank killer machine. What in the... No! For some odd reason it wasn't firing. Oh, and that's another thing. There's got to be something up with the targeting with the guns and the targeting pod, because sometimes when you put the targeting pipper of the guns over what you're targeting, it doesn't allow you to fire until you bring it off, which is very strange. I think there's something... I have no idea. Maybe I'll just go visual from here. I mean, I don't really see this as being a necessity anymore. So we'll go.
I'm probably about to be signing off here in a second.
Copy.
By that I mean dying.
Oh, that kind of signing off. Okay, are you in the AO?
Yep.
Oh man, I see flames.
Die.
Oh, that's awesome. Are they firing at you?
Yep. Holy crap, the Huey is a terrible boy.
I see you.
This thing. I have so many holes. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh god. Oh, my oh, come on. Nope. Okay, it's game over, boys.
Rest in pieces.
I'm in many pieces.
Oh man. Why is it not allowing me to shoot when I'm pointed at the target? Well, I see flames over there, so you guys are apparently cooking in your own juices at the moment. Gilbrrrt pulls himself from the wreck. I smell delicious. All right. By the way, for anybody who was wondering, referencing, that is from Borderlands. Fun game, by the way.
Shit, I want to fly us.
There's one in that field right there. Alright. We go do a little bit more, and then we'll probably call the mission from there. Where'd it go? It was over here somewhere. I see. Oh, wrong. That one right there. Okay, it's the one next to the dark green. Okay. Sorry, folks. Thinking out loud. But if I do say it out loud, sometimes I remember what the heck it is I wanted to remember. Ah, yes. This is for my friend.
Pull up, pull up.
That was a lot of tracers. Alright.
I think I'm gonna call it.
Alright, well thanks for joining, Gilbrrrt. And I'm actually going to go ahead and go back to the carrier and land and probably call it myself pretty soon here. So master arm is off. We're going to
Enjoyable game from the Huey and just absorbing.
Yes, I did get a little bit of footage of your one landing attempt at it looked like it was Senkai Kolki. So that is forever going to be etched into the internet's mind.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The rocket. Yeah. The ride.
Marshall
The roller coaster.
027. Marking maps 133 or 12. Angels 2.5. State 3.0.
Then when I actually landed on the runway, it was better.
Yeah.
027. Mother's weather
Quite a
is
difference
visibility
anyways.
10 bus mile. Clear. Altimeter is 29093. Case 1 recovery. Expected BRC 315. Report see me at 10.
We gotta do some Huey multi-crew sometime.
Yeah, I have to get better at the Huey to begin with, but yeah, definitely.
So far, I got a lot of stuff down on the Huey right now. I just need to get a little bit better with air to ground and accuracy and stuff.
Yeah, taking off is always the easy part. It's landing and controlling a hover that's that whole control aspect, managing your throttle and the collective, and then the rudder is, or well, I should say rudder, the rotor, the tail rotor is necessary.
027.
Alright.
See you at 10.
Later, man.
Go.
Peace out.
See ya.
Update state. Switch tower.
Caution, caution.
027. State 3.0.
All right, folks, this is our final approach to the Tawara. And once we land, we're going to be signing off, so if you have not yet said hi in the chat, feel free to do so that I know that you're here. Part of the reason why I live stream is to get you guys talking and building that community. So if anybody else wanted to play or just chat along with or have any questions, or feel free to do so. Honestly, if you distract me from the game, it doesn't bother me. If I crash, whatever, I'll start up again. No issue. Alright, let's go ahead and put that landing gear down.
Tower 027. Overhead Angels 1.5. State 2.9. 027. Tower, roger. BRC 31 knots. Signal is Charlie. 027.
Go ahead and bring the nozzles back to 82. Nose forward just a little bit. Just make sure we watch our water there so that we don't run out, because we are on landing mode for it. Yeah, it really is kind of a cool way to learn, just kind of watching other people. Like I said, they've changed some things so many times that who knows, maybe in a couple weeks what I've done here will be out of date and not even relevant. But having the conversations, that's the big point of streaming. That's why I do it. So okay, here we go, throttle up.
Clara.
Let's make this my best yet. Okay, let's bring her down. Nice and easy. Feather, feather. Feather, feather. Ah. Very nice. Okay. Well, folks, it has been a blast. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. I will try to do a little bit more live streaming. Yeah, get some of you guys in, get everybody engaged in the process, the fun. Anyway, thanks for joining. Feel free to check me out on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Steam. MK Silver Sax signing off. Peace out.